Let's be honest. If you were dropped into a prehistoric camp 50,000 years ago and had to compete for a mate the same way your ancestors did, you would lose, badly. Not because you're weak, not because you're stupid, but because the game was completely different. And the guy winning it was built in a way most modern men simply aren't.
His hands weren't soft, they were cracked, scarred, and permanently stained with whatever animal he'd killed that morning. His shoulders weren't shaped by a gym membership. They were shaped by hauling a 200-pound carcass 6 miles across uneven terrain, because if he didn't, everyone starved. He didn't work out, he just lived. And the difference between those two things is bigger than you think. For 99% of human evolutionary history, attractiveness wasn't about aesthetics. It was about one thing: survival signal. A woman wasn't choosing a man who looked good in lighting. She was running a biological algorithm in her brain, one that evolution spent 2 million years optimizing, scanning for the answer to one question: will this man keep me and my children alive? And the signals for that? Nothing you can fake. Grip strength, smell, posture, scars. Anthropologists who study skeletal remains from hunter-gatherer populations consistently find bone density and muscle attachment points that would make most modern gym-goers look like they'd never stood up. Not because prehistoric men were genetically superior, not because they had better training programs, but because they had no other option. You either used your body every single day or you died. Rest days were not in the program. Me just not die today. That's literally the whole workout. There's also the testosterone angle, and this one stings a little. Studies comparing bone markers of testosterone in ancient humans versus modern men suggest a consistent decline over the last 10,000 years. Accelerating sharply in the last century, researchers link this to reduced physical stress, changes in diet, increased chronic stress of a different kind, sitting, worrying, scrolling, and environmental factors like endocrine disruptors in food and plastics. Your great-great-grandfather almost certainly had higher testosterone than you, and his great-great-grandfather even higher. Nobody told you this was a downward slope, but here's the part that's actually interesting. It wasn't just the body, it was the psychological profile. Prehistoric men who attracted mates weren't just physically capable. They were calm under pressure in a way that's almost extinct now. When your daily reality includes tracking prey for 8 hours, reading weather patterns to avoid dying, and managing a group of 20 to 50 people who all want to eat, anxiety about what someone thought of you doesn't fit in the schedule. The nervous system of your ancestor was tuned for real threats. Yours has been handed a phone and told to check it 150 times a day. The result is a man who is technically safer than any human in history, but feels more anxious, more fragile, and less capable than ever before, which is exactly what a prehistoric woman's brain would reject immediately. The algorithm still runs. The environment just stopped feeding it the right inputs. And then there's status, the original kind. Before money, before titles, before LinkedIn profiles, status was earned through one currency: demonstrated competence. Could you hunt? Could you navigate? Could you protect? Could you lead without destroying the group? If yes, you had status. You attracted mates, your genes moved forward. If no, you didn't. The feedback loop was brutal, immediate, and honest. Now, status is abstracted beyond recognition. You can project success without having any. You can signal strength without possessing it. And what gets built in a life without real pressure? It's nothing like what 2 million years of evolution was selecting. Your ancestor didn't optimize. He survived. The software's still in you. It just hasn't been activated yet.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below.